Okay, this thing on. Okay, there we go. Okay, hi guys. This is actually recording now. I'm recording on my laptop this time using OBS. So I've officially have learned how to record on OBS. So I hope it's more efficient because I'll try like editing this maybe with something like here and there between like say at this moment where I do the beep, and then where I do another moment where I raise the volume intensely and go Mwah! Oh, okay, there we go. I think that was too loud even for my broken microphone. Okay, so yeah, I'm actually recording this for one as a test demonstration. I'll first upload this here, unedited, and then another when it's not edited. And I'll see if I can explain the drought of content I've been having lately. And no, it's not YouTube, the adpocalypse, but I can see where that would come from. I don't monetize my videos at all, really. That's because I'm not old enough to yet, you could say. So if you guys did not pick up on the live streams, let me see. So it's still doing pretty well at throughout 30 frames a second. I'm surprised my videos don't go directly for 60 frames a second. I am very surprised about that. Okay. My sister's angry at something. I don't know what's going on here. Okay, I just turned my volume down completely, thinking that was the microphone. So I'm pretty sure you might have heard my sister saying, "I'm so angry," but if you guys didn't pick up on my streams about why I can't do it, I'll explain it again right here, right now, before I go on and saying why I'm recording this. So, because I'm still a student, my parents are hyper, like, worried about my grades. So any individual bad grade, despite whose fault it was, if I get a bad grade, I can't basically play or do what I normally do for my content, you know? Say that I get a C, which is in my school district about a 79 to about a 70, then I can't play for a day. And this is for every individual, not for the GPA, not for the entire year, but every individual C. A D, which I get for 2 days, and of course an F is 3. And this big drought was because days kept on adding on week by week because, yeah, the school's giving me lemons with no lemon squeezers, as I'd like to say by analogy. I'm just looking right now. Okay, I'm looking at my CPU and it's kind of dropping here. I'm just a little worried about the thing crashing. Good thing though that's not live, you know. And yes, if you're wondering why I had the same picture from the last stream I ever held on this laptop, that's because I was lazy and I did not want to do a screen capture, you know. So now the reason why I practically recorded this. So the main reason was basically it may go into my life a bit personally, but I personally say opening up is the best thing to do, you know, when you're a YouTuber. So I'm kind of frustrated at politics as it is already, so I decided to find a way to take a break from that, but still learning something out of it, which is spirituality. Many misconceptions happen, and even though I wish there would be that there was someone who would be there to clear them all, I certainly wouldn't be the one that could do it correctly, at least. You know. So in my journey, or as I call it, a great journey, it might be something as bad as a Covenant's great journey. Who knows? But during my great journey, I've realized that there's a certain gland in everyone's brain that's not used, or at least is not used to its potential because of our diets. We're being fed things or food chemicals and sugars that will calcify or basically freeze the gland. And it's been scientifically proven that the pineal gland does exist, but it's not exactly like widely accepted to actually exist. Because studying the brain is pretty difficult. So So I'm working on decalcifying it, in which to sum it up into layman terms of something I don't like doing too often. To put it into layman terms, yeah, basically, have to make sure you're not eating any sugars, any caffeine, um, because that too is a calcificant. And what I find the best of this aspect is that you can't have alcohol with. Okay, here, let me go ahead and turn down the mic's volume here. Little suppression there. Okay, it should be a whole lot better now. Okay, hopefully it did not sound like ear rape. Hopefully, like as my videos first sounded like with the original microphone. By the way, I'll be getting it fixed soon, so hopefully the issue won't persist. But anyway, make it short. Don't have anything anything that's bad for your health, basically. Like sugars, caffeine, alcohol, and tobacco, and so on, so on, as they'll calcify the gland really quickly, and it takes a long time to decalcify it, and to stop because we were raised on a diet that would calcify the gland constantly. Now the body will naturally try to decalcify, but our diets will calcify it faster than the decalcification can happen, or basically our bodies are too slow to negate what's happening to us as we probably speak. And the reason I want to do this is because I frankly think there's more knowledge waiting beyond the barrier, which is the calcifications. And not only that, even if it does not exist and my efforts were for nothing, I at least would have tried to get myself into good health, because it actually goes directly along with good health. Not being vegan, but with being really fit. Because you have to do it, because exercise is something that does decalcify the gland too. So even if this gland decalcification was not real, then at least I would have at least pushed myself with the intent of being extra knowledge to be the best person I can be, which is my motto. So of course I might as well be vlogging this day by day of how I feel. And so far this is actually about day 2. Yesterday I made sure I couldn't drink any chlorine water because that's a fast catalyst as it is, and actually I don't have a problem with caffeine and sugar at all. I don't have really much of a problem, except for what I eat does have a little sugar in it, which I was able to do with some math to calculate how much sugar I had. In which I made a conservative estimate, which was slightly over 200 grams, and like the monstrous estimate is, say, if I pigged out a lot, and that would be about and let's see, 0.8 of a kilogram, or close to 800 grams of sugar weekly, mind you, weekly. This was done by grams of sugar by week. Not 2 weeks, but by every individual week that would go by, or every 7 days. So on, so on. Now, if you guys want to try and help yourselves and give yourself the motivation, after all, sometimes the task is a game, and if it's hard for us, then it's on Legendary or on Lasso. But if you got the motivation and you can do it, you'll get the satisfaction of knowing at least you either tried or succeeded in that task. You played the game. You played the Lasso campaign. You became the master Halo player. Well, that got borderline loud there for a second there. So, let's see, 9 minutes. Actually, yeah, that's actually pretty okay. I'll try not to keep this too long. And what I plan is basically trying to cut the sugar out of my diet. Ironically, let's see, 7 times 22, 144. I can cut out at least from 50% to at least 25% of the sugar intake I'm having just by cutting the milk down extremely. Just the milk alone is like about 50-25% of the sugar I'm getting. And I actually used measurements, U.S. custody measurements to make sure of this, because I was trying to find the gram of sugar count by the serving size, and every day I have at least 2 servings of milk, which is 2 cups. So I can wash down the food. I started feeling bad after I saw how much sugar I was having per cup. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure vitamin D milk would be much better. At least that's what I would think. Maybe I don't check the ingredients on the milk, but that's skim milk. 22 grams for skim milk. Not too good, not the best thing ever, but it's something, It was okay to have a lot of milk back then because you were working half the time, and chances are you wouldn't have enough money to buy a car, so you had to bike yourself to work. My grandfather lived during this time, and he told me every bit of it. And my grandfather is like about 98, I believe. Yeah, he's 98, and his wife is 93 years old, something like that. Aside from family relations, I and upon planning, it will be hard because I'll feel weak, legitimately weak, because when I go to school, I run everywhere I go. Like, it's a rarity to see me just walking, I'm always running with a big 50-pound bag in my left hand, and like a 20-pound bag hanging off my rear or my side. Because hey, I just like carrying weight, because I'm trying to burn the weight. Maybe half of it's just the muscle I got, because I'm pretty strong. I can rip a tree apart. Like not a big tree, but say like a tree that basically it's not this after a sapling, but it has let's see, how can I say this to not over exaggerate or be more precise, because using qualitative measurements is not a good thing to do. I'll try explaining about feet. So I was able to basically tip over this old tree that was about, let's see, at least 8 feet, because just using my bare hands, I was able to deroot it by accident. I was trying to okay, sorry, got a little loud, but sorry, got a little loud. I gotta be careful how loud my voice is, because it's abnormally loud. But anyway, I was trying to twist it off the main stump so I could get a stick weapon to use, for just like training my muscles to be strong, to use them as weights and such. And I ended up taking the tree out from the ground by quite literally its roots. Like I over-rooted the tree like a storm would. It was right at the end of PE, so I weakened it so much to where, granted, if I was there for like at least a few minutes longer, I probably would have derooted it immediately. Good thing though, like 2 days later, I finished the job, and I was pretty strong, I was like, dang, that came out easy, and I thought that it was, because I knew it was a tree, that it would still be strong in the ground, but it was not strong in the ground, it was not. And the thing still had leaves on it, it still had leaves on it too. I'm too loud. I am too loud. Oh man, that's like the 3rd time I said that right now. If someone wants to edit my videos or someone to make something about my videos, there should be an ear rape counter right there, like right on the top left. Like legit on the top left, say where this kind of like Photoshop symbol would be. Yeah, I learned how to use. Sorry. A little sick from the city air I was breathing back in New Orleans. I went to New Orleans a few days ago, and in the air I think got me sick. That I'm just facing the backlash of getting a little Shirley Temple got stuck in my lungs. Like I legit took a whole sip of Shirley Temple, and a lot of it got stuck in my lungs. So I think I'm still getting a little coughing from that little accidental drowning on Shirley Temple, but. Yeah, before I go off on a rant, which is something I'm known for doing a lot, real life and on the channel, basically, I may not be able to play games, I'll try to do what I can to at least do something for my channel every once in a while, and I'm thinking of taking the day off punishment on the 27th for the anniversary of my channel, because believe it or not, even though one of my first videos was on the 30th of last year on October, I had a conception of this channel the 27th, So and I call that the birth date of my channel, the 27th. So this 27th, I will take a day off, and whether or not my parents will like it or not, I'll do so for my channel because you guys miss me, and I'm so sorry that I just can't, just show up a lot because of this day system which my parents put in place so I could get better grades at school. All school's really good for is just regurgitation at this point because they're outdated. Yeah. I like how this just became a political rant. Uh, let's just skip it out. Keep politics out. So, what I plan on doing is cutting stuff from my diet one at a time. The biggest being milk will probably be the last to go, but I'll try and go alternate to healthier things. I'll keep the meats because that's not doing much against me now. It is a pretty speedy of a calcificant. I'll get rid of that last because that's where I'm getting all the protein, which is what I need to keep from staying hungry there. And I'm not really much of a vegetarian at all. Like I eat no vegetables at all. It's either grain, dairy, or meat. Simple diet. No vegetarianism because frankly, it's expensive to live a vegan. By the way, it's very expensive. You must have like at least 1 million subscribers just to live off vegetables these days. I want to link that to a conspiracy theory, but I don't know whether or not they'll make me crazy or not. Well, I'll definitely stop recording at the 20 minute mark since I can't take too much of your time, and my videos always, or at least my streams do, they always take over hours at least, And I'll say the reasoning behind that, which is basically, for one, streaming to me is more convenient, even though it might come at the cost of having a few like mini montages of, say, me playing SP3, and I'll make a video next vlog about this, and I'll tell you why it happens in more clarity. But basically, what happens is that my Wi-Fi just becomes the flicker net because it just goes on and off constantly. To me, my voice sounds a lot more brighter in my ears, but to you, it just sounds like a bunch of voice cracks, probably, which is my puberty setting in, so, yeah, it's just, not a good coincidence unless, I wonder, can I get a voice modulator so I can make my voice squeaky, because that'd be entertaining as heck, just to record myself saying some of the weirdest stuff, and then hearing it like I just had a bunch of helium from a balloon. That's gonna be funny, actually. I'm gonna see if I can get my own modulator, at least get a modulator downloaded. That way I can just try the different voices. That way I can just edit them in randomly, Or at least take a clip of me saying something out and then replacing it with a clip of me saying the same thing but in a different voice to add a comedic effect. Yeah, I'm not good I'm not a good editor, but at least I have some knowledge of Photoshop. And once again, I really would rather not use Photoshop, even though I do have a few ideas of how to use Photoshop. I really wouldn't use it for anything personal. So yeah, this is, let's see, today's 25th. Yeah, 2 days. So it should be this video should be uploaded by tomorrow, hopefully. And this is it's the 25th, 8:01 right now. On the clock, which normally, yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys already missed the view of my max clock, probably by now, because I don't record on it anymore, but I've actually stabilized my Minecraft mod pack, and I learned how to record, so I can pretty much do anything I need to, and I really need to begin my Minecraft survival series, because it has been a stalemate for the longest time. By the way, I do by occasion slow down my voice because, I say a lot, but that's just because I say stuff so fast. So once again, I do need to slow down in my voice. I gotta take classes for that, or at least practice, like rehearsing constantly. Yeah. I'm thinking but nothing's happening otherwise. I just got done modding a box for an egg drop challenge for my school. Tomorrow I'll be able to turn it in, but I'll have to tell my instructor how to close it, close it, because keeping it closed will be a tough thing to do. Once again, that city air is just gonna get at me and get at me. I wonder if I need to see a doctor for it. You know, I'll ask about it tomorrow, because I've been getting quite like coughing a lot. Maybe it's my diet. Once again, my diet's never really affected me too often. And two, it's usually probably the exercise doing it, so I wouldn't consider it that either. But it's best to experiment, you know. But it's constantly on me like I'm getting sick. I might as well just take my temperature and see if I'm running a fever or not, because I do tend to get fevers, and I will not notice them until it's really bad, like really bad to the point of getting a migraine, you know. And it's just when I may start to notice, because I have a high pain tolerance. Oh, okay, yep. The video's impeded the time, so I'll have to stop the recording here. I'm sorry, guys. I got carried away. This video's been all over the place. I gotta make a script for these. I really do gotta make a script. Oh, boy. So, basically, to make it short, I'll be cutting stuff from my diet day by day. And of course, meantime, I'll be finding alternatives as well as satiations towards it, so I can keep my mind off of the fact that I'm probably trying to starve myself to slow down the calcification of the pineal gland. And yeah, this ends the recording. And once again, this is your boy Collaboris Gaming, and while this is not exactly gaming, I'll put this under like a special playlist called Spiritual. You know. Like Collaboris Spiritual or Spiritual Collaboris. You know, I'll make a playlist for that just as I upload a video. Get the playlist ready, just snap it in there, you know? Snap it in there like a Lego brick. Yeah, darn it, FCC, please don't make me just put a caption in there. I'll explain it thoroughly right before I stop recording, but there's something going on between me and Lego. I just like Lego. I like the Lego franchise, but this is not exactly an endorsement either. Just reference, you know, which is why by occasion, if I'm at say SCP-272 at that coffee machine, if you remember from my SCP series, when I say like hashtag not sponsored. That's because it's not sponsored at all, and there's no relation. I'm just testing to see if the game is self-aware of anything on the outside, you know? So, yeah, this is your boy Collaboris Gaming, and I am out. And I'm definitely not going to do that overused outro. I gotta make a new one. Maybe it should be Uvi Sakwa, as I suggested earlier, you know? For my novel. Which, by the way, means good luck. So, here, I'll try it now. Oh, okay. Darn bloopers. Ulvi Sakwa! Oh, it's this lady, really? The darn voice cap. The darn, like, ear rape cap is what I call it now. Oh, jeez. Hopefully I did not get on YouTube's nerves by just doing that. And by any means do I not try to sound racist at all, because that phrase is something I invented purely for myself and my novel. And yes, if you want to use it, you can, because it's free. Okay, it's free. I will not tag anyone for using that word unless they say it's theirs and it was not created by me. Just as long as you say that phrase was not mine, yeah, that'll be okay. But if you can say who made the phrase, that's better. That'll be better, you know, to kind of explain the first. Yeah, this is succeed this time. So before it goes over 25 minutes, Uvi Sakwa, brothers. Yas.